Alright guys, so we're going to look at the most returned TVs here in Best Buy. So it's so messed up because I see like a Hisense up here, but like these are the display models that they use, and they put them like next to some of the most returned TVs out there. Same thing with TCL up here at the top. They got a little Vizio over here, but Vizio has a corner, so I'd imagine this is their entry-level Vizio. And you can kind of tell because if you look up and you read the tag, it'll say something to the effect of Class 4 series. So that's a TCL 4 series. It's brand new, but they're just selling it next to the open box stuff. And you know, you got the X80J and like the entry-level TVs kind of all clustered together. Insignia, another Hisense U6 series television, and of course right next to it you'll have open box stuff like, you know, the TVs nobody wants, right? And of course TCL this off. It's funny though when you think about it, because you have like Hisense that gets the worst treatment, TCL that gets the worst treatment. You know what I mean? They get these like sidewall treatments in a Best Buy. They don't have like the best stuff, which is the UAG. All I see here is a U6, which is their entrymost model, of course, conveniently. And you know who the big players are. I think we all do at this point, right? Samsung, Sony, LG. And it's like when you walk around and you look at it, you can definitely see like there's a total bias here. I mean, if you don't think that this costs a lot of money to set up in your name, like you are crazy, dude, you know? But we're gonna go around and we're gonna look at some of the popular TVs that some people rant and rave about, and we're gonna talk about what I'm seeing here on the Best Buy floor. Now this is the Q70A, right? At a glance, Q70A. First thing I think, there is not enough resolution. It's really pixelated. That's the first thought that I have looking at it. Like the earth, it's just kind of muddy. And the image quality is really cool. So it's just like a really big, crappy image. And I don't like this like matte screen that they have on it. So that's definitely one thing that I'm noticing here. Now, this is the, I don't know what this is. It's a smaller TV, but it kind of caught my eye here on the floor. It's, I don't know what unit this is. This is Q60A. So yeah, I mean, not their best, but it definitely could obviously get worse, as we've seen. I mean, really, it's not really great with your options. I mean, you have Crystal UHD. The first thoughts, extremely dim. So you're gonna have a really big, extremely dim TV. No es bueno, right? So this is their 8K, right? And they wanna sell you on 8K. First thing I noticed immediately, motion was really bad. So what TV is this? I see this says over here, it's a QNED, right? Okay, so this is the Nano 99. So the Nano 99 has terrible motion, not gonna be a sports TV at all. Jesus, that was pretty bad. Don't know if it's the floor model that I'm looking at right now or what, but I'm seeing DSE. Don't know if you can see that on the camera's end here. And yeah, no, it's not ideal at all. When they do slow stuff like walking like that, it's fine, but in those moments where they were playing like up close like that, it was really messy, right? All right, so finally we see Hisense on display. What could this TV possibly be? Well, I don't actually know. Let's see. This is a U7. Looking at the frame from what I remember with reviewing it, this is totally a U7. So the only Hisense wall that you have is like borderline an end cap, and it's like an afterthought. What, this is another U6? I thought this was a U7 from the frame. This must be like the what is it? The H8G1. Because the U6 has like a plasticky kind of frame, so don't really know what that's about. But this looks more like the H8G1. Don't know if it changes with the sizes. Like this is clearly a larger size, so maybe that has something to do with it. Don't know. All right, let's keep exploring around. It's been such a long time since I've been in the Best Buy. Okay, so they have the OLED gallery. I mean, we all know about OLED. But look at this nifty little wall here that they've got. Isn't that pretty? Right? You just walk in and it's like, you know they spent hella cash on this, right? And they've got little sound bars on display down here. None of them in stock though. I tried to pick up one for review, but nothing's in stock. Everything's literally sold out, so there's not really much you can do, right? Home theater and stuff like that. So then we've got the QNED 90. Let's see this one. It's a QNED mini LED. Damn, motion is choppy as hell on that one too. It's another thing I'm noticing with all of these. Like, look at that. It's like jerk, 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 jerk. every time it goes. Isn't that a pain? Okay, well, that's not ideal. We got a massive X85J. This is always an eye catcher when I look at it. It really is. The only thing that I take protest to is, well, obviously it's not the best when you talk about motion, and if you turn off the lights you will see a little grayish black, but it's okay. I mean, I'm sure it gets the job done, but it's a little blurry here as I look at like this little trailer thing. Just a little bit, not terribly, but it's a nice size though. So moving on, we're gonna look at another big screen. This is an LG Nano 90 86-inch. First thing I thought looking at it just now was like, it's really dim. Not really impressed with like a lot of these TVs, and this is kind of like the norm. Most of these TVs that I'm seeing are kind of like that. So not entirely sure. But that OLED wall is really cool. But you know what I found funny? Like, immediately when I walked in, I was gravitated to the OLED wall, and I thought, wow, it looks really good. But it's the C1, because if we look at the tag here, C1. But that's the TV that I've been telling you guys. This is the TV this year, the LG C1. So yeah, we got sound bars and stuff like that. Then of course you got the Sony area. They're gonna sell their even on their demos, the motion is pretty crappy. Especially this bottom TV. What is this? The A90J, there it is. I didn't even know which one it was. I was like, yo, motion's so bad. Of course it's the A90J. And the A80 is up top, which does have slightly better motion. Bro, I picked that up immediately. That's wild. Bro, this demo music came in loud. But of course, that's not gonna stop them from doing this garbage right here. Look at that. The king of 4K TVs, according to who? Value Electronics, that's who. I mean, it's, you know, it's farcical at this point. It's like, when the motion is that bad, you know? But there's nobody outside of me that regulates this stuff, so, I mean, really, how could you do anything to combat the misinformation you get when you see, like, king of motion, or king of 4K TVs? It most certainly is not. That motion is horrible. Like, Sony used to be so good at motion, too. Now, oddly enough, when I walked over here, like, the first thing that grabbed my eye was this Vizio. I love the way this looks. This is their, let's see, what is this? I gotta read it somewhere. It's their M Series Quantum 75-inch. That's actually pretty vibrant for an M Series. Not bad. Not bad at all as far as vibrancy goes. Or maybe I'm mixing up the models. I think it is an M Series. It should be, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And the one up top's got to be something older because it's got some pretty thick bezels. I don't even know what that is at the top. But yeah, most definitely. All right. Then you got the wall over here of a bunch of random TVs. Like these are just the regular basic ones though. Okay, so as far as sound systems, there's not really much here that you can pick up because everything's basically cleaned out outside of the Z9F, which I already have. So let's look at the most returned TV. All right, so I can tell you right now that this is an Insignia. We look down, there it is. I don't know if you can see it, but totally an Insignia. Failed to focus, of course. We've got an X90J, right? We've got a Z9J. So, I mean, bro, look at the bezels on this thing. Like, just, bro, so thick, this TV. It's crazy. That thing must be an absolute monster to lift up. Bro, I would not want this TV. It's so big. I would not want that. And then somebody returned to C1. But mostly Sony's that I see getting returned today. So, yeah, you got a Vizio up here. I can't see the brand. It's like blocked by this little thing here. Oh, that's another Vizio. So you got a couple of Vizios and stuff. So, yeah. All in all, I think we can call it like Sony basically for the day. Most returned TV. Huh. Looking at all these TVs, I mean, every time I see like jerky motion, I look over and it's the A90J. It is the funniest thing in the world. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you enjoy these kind of videos where we casually walk around Best Buy and we just look at popular TVs and like all that cool stuff. Every time, bro, the motion is so fluid on this TV. It's like the bee's knees. Like, seriously, an excellent TV. But alright, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later.